Hello, this is Matthew Delgado from News for the World, where today Kai will be interviewing people from the three branches of government. On to you, Kai.
Thank you for that, Matthew. This is reporter Kai Pavlo from the news show News for the World here in Washington, D.C. to talk to the representatives from the three branches of government here to answer the question, which branch of government is the most powerful? And now we are going to talk to our first guest speaker from the first branch of government, the legislative branch. Hello. Our first question for you is, from which part of the Constitution are you, and who are your members?
Well, we were mentioned in Article 1 of the Constitution, and we have two groups in Congress.
What are the groups?
These are the House of Representatives and the Congress. The House of Representatives has 435 members. This number is based on state population, with states with larger populations having more, and states with smaller populations having less. The Senate has 100 members, 2 from each state. To join the House, you must at least be 25 years of age, a United States citizen for 7 years, and a resident of the state where you are elected. These 2-year terms they have 2-year terms and also elect a presiding officer who is the Speaker of the House. To join the Senate, you must at least be 30, have a citizenship for 9 years, and a resident of the state where you're elected. They have 6-year terms, and the president of the Senate, who is the vice president, and the president pro tempore, who is elected by the members.
Thank you for that information. That was good information. Our next question is, what do you do?
Well, our main power is making the laws. The House can start bills and impeach federal officials. The bill is important because it can eventually become a law. If the bill gets approved by Senate, who it goes to after the House, it goes to the president, who could approve it by making it a law or vetoing it. If vetoed, it can still become a law by a 2/3 vote in both houses. The Senate approves presidential appointments and convicts impeached officials also by 2/3 votes, and approves treaties by 2/3 votes as well.
So do you think you are the most important and powerful group in out of the three branches?
Well, no, all of us are equal in power. Our branch has a special power of removing judges from office, overriding a veto, and have control over appropriations, replace some existing courts, propose an amendment, confirm appointments, and ratify treaties.
Thank you for that information. And now we are going to talk to our next representative from the executive branch, which is mentioned in the second article of the Constitution. Hello.
Hi.
Our first question for you is, who are your members?
Our members are the president, vice president, the cabinet, who are appointed by the president and approved by the Senate. They have 4-year terms and can only be elected for 2 and only 2 terms. There has only been one president who has been over 2 terms. He was Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who had 3 terms. To be president, you must be born a citizen, at least 35, and a resident for at least 14 years. In contrast to Franklin, William Henry Harrison was our shortest serving president.
What are some of the powers the president has?
Their main power is enforcing the laws and have multiple powers. The commander-in-chief of the armed forces can call special sessions of Congress, grant pardons, reprieves in federal cases, and deliver the State of the Union yearly. Some things must be approved by the Senate, though. These are making treaties and appointing federal officials.
That is good information. But what is the order of succession in case of such things as a member's death or impeachment?
Well, if the president dies, the vice president becomes president, then the Speaker of the House, then the president pro tempore, then the cabinet, and so on. We try to prevent them from being close together when we can prevent it to go down far into the list.
Thank you. And our final question is, how do members get taken out of office?
First they must be impeached or accused by a majority of the House, and the Senate trials the person in question. They are found guilty by a 2/3 vote in Senate. You can be removed from office if you break the law, commit treason, or do something a president should not do. We've only had 2 presidents impeached so far. We were Andrew Johnson, our 17th president, and Bill Clinton, our 42nd president.
Final question. Do you believe that your branch is the most powerful?
No, I don't believe so. Each branch has a check over each other. Our special powers are that we can veto bills, appoint judges, call special sessions to order, fail to enforce a court order, grant a reprieve, and set free a person being held by the FBI.
Thank you for that information. And now we are going to talk to our final guest from the 3rd article of the Constitution, the judicial branch.
Hello.
Hello. Our
Our-
first question for you is, who are your members?
Our members are the 9 Supreme Court Justices, Stephen Breyer, Clarence Thomas, John G. Roberts Jr., Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Samuel A. Alter Jr., Sonia Sotomayor, Ellen Kagan, Neil M. Gorsuch, and Brett Kavanaugh, along with 1 presiding officer. They have the job for life unless impeached or removed from office like any other federal officer who commits an illegal act of treason or resigning voluntarily. They are chosen by the president and approved by the Senate. If the Senate says you can't, then you can't.
What are their powers?
Their main power is to interpret the laws. They can also do other things. They review and can reverse decisions of lower courts, which are the middle courts of appeals, which there are 11, and the lower district courts, of which there are 90. There are at least 1 in each state, DC, and some other territories. They can also declare laws unconstitutional, and if a bill that is being proposed is unconstitutional, we don't let it become a law. The Constitution is the highest law.
Do you think that your branch is the most powerful of the 3?
No, I do not think so. All of us have checks and balances against each other, and we can declare the president's actions unconstitutional and also declare other laws unconstitutional.
Thank you, but we have one more thing to do. All their powers are given to them by the U.S. Constitution, so we're all going to sing the preamble.
The people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of